Hi, in this video, we're going to be discussing a question that we get from clients fairly often. It's about what business structure should you use? What's a simple, clean business structure to use if you are a non-US person as a business founder and you're living part-time in Mexico? So we do have quite a lot of clients living in Mexico, non-US persons, so we get this question all the time. So my name is Bobby Casey. I am the founder of Business Anywhere. We have registered thousands and thousands of companies for clients all over the world. I've been doing this work for more than 20 years, helping clients figure out company structure, tax optimization strategies, residency, asset protection, and more. So in this video, let's discuss what is a clean, simple structure for a non-US person who has US clients. So it's really pretty simple. Most of our clients in this situation register an LLC in Wyoming. It works because if you work with clients in the US and you don't have what we call effectively connected income to a US trade or business, you're not going to have tax owed in the US. So an LLC by default is taxed as, or is not taxed because the income passes through to you personally. It's considered a disregarded entity for tax purposes, which means if your LLC makes $100,000, it flows through to you as the individual and you personally made the $100,000. Well, in the US, if you don't have that effectively connected income to a US trade or business, and what that means is you don't have an office in the US, you don't have actual employees where you're withholding payroll tax on them, and you don't have like a physical presence there, and also you're not selling physical goods for delivery in the US, then you don't have this effectively connected income to a US trade or business. So, and I want to clarify a couple of these points because people always come back and say, what about this? What about that? What if you have US clients in the US? The answer is no. That does not constitute effectively connected income to a US trade or business. What makes it effectively connected income is where you physically do your work. If you're physically sitting at your office or at your home in Mexico, or while you're traveling in Argentina or Colombia or somewhere in Europe, you're not physically sitting in the US doing your work. So you can have all US clients paying you in US dollars to a US company and a US bank account. That does not make it US source income or effectively connected income to a US trade or business. So for a non-US person, having a US LLC like in Wyoming is perfect because you can have the company structure in a good jurisdiction that's recognized worldwide. You can have good banking services. You can have good payment processing like Stripe and PayPal and other merchant processing services. You've got a simple structure. You only have to file one annual report every year with the state for your company, and then you have one tax filing you have to file every year, and it's just an informational tax report one time a year. There's no monthly filings, no quarterly filings, and no tax payments owed. It's super simple in that case. And let's look at the Mexico situation. If you're only living there part-time, most likely you're not going to be considered a tax resident in Mexico anyway. Even if you have physical residency in Mexico, like a temporary or even a permanent residence permit in Mexico, it's very unlikely you would be considered a tax resident in Mexico. So in this situation, you might not have tax residency anywhere, and then you would file and pay no tax anywhere. So what might be helpful to many of you is we do have what we call our digital nomad kit, which is an all-inclusive package, which includes registering your company, your registered agent service, your virtual mailbox, help with opening your bank accounts, your bookkeeping, your tax filings, and it also includes consultations with me directly where we can sort out your personal situation to make sure your company and your structure is optimized exactly for your situation. So you can find the links below, and I hope this helps. Have a great day.